Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for having me. Let's hop right in. All right, so today's topic is describing your next good man. All right, please describe the collective's next good man in vivid, great detail, concise. The first card we have out here is the Wheel of Fortune, okay? I love the Wheel of Fortune, all right? This could be somebody that is considered a lucky man, or he looks at himself in a lucky way. Things seem to always work out for this person, or maybe he's more on the optimistic side. He likes to look on the brighter side. He likes to think positive. Okay, he could be practicing the law of attraction. Um, he could be in that mindset where he just kind of feels like, okay, my thoughts produce or like influence my reality. So I'm going to try to think positive to produce positive, like external circumstances. Okay, so he could be practicing the law of attraction. He could be practicing honing in on his mindset, his way of thinking, controlling his thoughts, conscious thinking. Okay, he could be looking into things of that nature. He could be getting off into divinity, learning about divinity, tools of divinity, the way you're thinking frames your reality, the way your internal being influences your external being. Okay, he could get told often that he is a lucky man in regards to being with you. Okay, he could get told a lot that he's a good man or he behaves well. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. He could come from money, he could come from a good home, he could have good parenting, a good upbringing, good schooling, good education, good opportunities. Something about him just seems lucky. Okay, his name could be Lucky. People could call him Lucky. That could be a pet name, a childhood pet name. His family could call him Lucky. That just could be what like people who know him intimately call him Lucky. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Things just always seem to work out for this man, even if he doesn't believe that or think that way or even agree. You know what I mean? Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. He just always seems like he's taken care of. Okay, this could be somebody that's considered attractive. You know, people believe that good things tend to happen to people who are attractive, and they wouldn't necessarily be wrong because pretty privilege is a real thing. You can benefit in life based off of looking good. It happens all the time to women. Men are not exempt from that, except the only difference is men tend not to play into that fact or exploit that fact more than women. You know what I mean? Like with women, you can choose to exploit it, but um you know, men most times they don't play into it. I don't know why, but he could be a good looking man and people just think he's lucky. He's lucky to look like that, have those looks. He could be a man of many talents, a jack of all trades. Like I just kind of get octopus vibes, just always into something, doing different things, seeking different things, very experimental. Clarify clarify the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Seven of Wands reversed coming out right after the Wheel, excuse me, right after the Wheel of Fortune. Clarify the Seven of Wands reversed. Your next good man collective could be somebody that loves to invest in things, or he loves to start new journeys, new projects. He might not always finish them, or they might not always work out, but he loves to experiment and basically like wander. Like he's a wanderer. Clarify the Seven of Wands reversed. I just kind of feel like he's in this really optimistic energy. Your next good man is going to be somebody that is always, they just always seem positive, uppity, in a good spirit, even in like, you know, kind of tragic situations, messed up situations. Like they're always like fiending to look at the bright side of something. They're like in every situation. It could even be cope. You could even identify this as a coping mechanism, a way to just deal with disappointment, even if it seems delusional. Like this man is like delusionally positive, if that makes sense. And honestly, that's really how manifestation works. You have to believe it and think it to become it. And I really do get a vibe where this person is deluding themselves. They're in the delusional stage of their manifestation. Okay, if you think it, if you feel it, if you live by it, you are it. And I just think that this person, no matter how things end, whether good or bad, especially bad, they're always thinking about it on the more positive tip. Okay, they could be more of an optimist versus a pessimist. Clarify the Seven of Wands reversed. Even when things are not working out, even when things have turned upside down, they still have in their mind that is going to work out in their favor. Okay, you got the Magician reversed out here. Okay, when the Magician comes out reversed, I think of somebody who always has a trick up their sleeve. Okay, so your next good man collective could be somebody that has a response for everything. They have an answer for everything. They have a resource. They know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. If you know, you know. But the Magician reverse, they just always, it's almost like, gotcha. But no, you really didn't get me, because I got something for anybody that think they got something for me. So it's almost like something about this man could be a little finicky, a little paranoid, just a bit, a little nervous acting, almost a little hyperstimulated, overstimulated, because I just kind of get vibes of somebody that's always ready for some shit to go down. Like they're in a current state of, okay, if this goes awry, I have a plan for this. If this does not work out, I have a plan for this. And that is also what I'm getting. That's making sense. Magician reverse, Seven of Wands reverse, Wheel of Fortune. I just kind of get somebody who they always have a plan for something. If something should go wrong, they have a plan for that. If something should go right, they don't have a plan for that because it's going right. Clarify, you got the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck, okay? Keeping your head on a swivel, always being prepared, always having a totally separate and individual outcome no matter what that outcome is, okay? You see the steel staff on this side, and you see the wooden staff on this side, and you see the one body. It's one man, one body, but it's two heads. They're sharing the same body, okay? That head is going back and forth, looking from both directions, all directions. They can see everything around them, okay? Keeping that head on a swivel. This man could be highly observant, attentive to detail. Clarify the Magician reverse, okay? This man could be very convincing, persuasive, very good at marketing, advertising, using their words to sway. Very good at being persuasive. Clarify the Magician reverse, okay? Sometimes this man could possibly put his foot in his mouth. Okay, but in a strange way that works out for him. It's cute. It works for him. He ends up getting his way because Wheel of Fortune energy, okay? Just a lucky kid, just a lucky bird. Okay, Six of Wands reversed on top of the Magician reversed, okay? So I just kind of feel like the Magician reverse energy is coming in as trickery, or always got a trick up their sleeve, or they always know what to say. They always have a rebuttal. They always have a response. They always have something to do. They have a plan B should plan A not work out. Six of Wands reverse coming out on right before that. I just kind of feel like that's always the energy. That's always the title. Whether you know it or not, whether this is on display or not, or this is public info or not, I always got something. I always got something right up under that sleeve, whether you know about it or not, and you probably don't. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I keep it on me. That's my dog, y'all. Sorry. Clarify the Six of Wands reversed. Clarify the Six of Wands reversed, okay? We have the Three of Swords. Clarify the Three of Swords. Clarify the Three of Swords. Clarify the Three of Swords. We have the Temperance card reversed. This could be somebody that has deep-rooted traumas in relation to relationships or intimate partnerships, buried deep beneath the surface, okay? This could be something that I paused because I thought I heard something, but this could be something this person is not exactly so forthcoming to speak about, speak on, talk about. Okay, there could be some wounds there. Clarify the Temperance reverse. Okay, there could be some sensitivity there for sure. For sure. Okay, this person could have been betrayed in the past. Or maybe they could have done some betraying in the past that they're not exactly proud of. Whether it was them that was betrayed or they were doing the betraying, there's an element here about somebody being a little bit, there was a bit of some emotional instability, okay? There's some sensitivity around some kind of deception, some heartbreak, some love, some failure in love. Clarify the Temperance reverse. We have the Page of Wands reversed. Okay, could have been some sort of blockage there emotionally. Okay, this man could have vowed that he would never fall in love again or never find love again. Maybe he thought he couldn't find love again or he couldn't love again. You got the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, okay? But lo and behold, alas. Okay, I don't exactly know what sparked that belief, but something allowed this man to find that hope and restore that feeling of abundance again, aka the Nine of Pentacles. Clarify the Page of Wands reverse, okay? All right, this relationship, this deception, this betrayal, this heartbreak could have really put this masculine, your next good man, into a really fucked up space mentally and emotionally. It could have took them a long time to come out of that space, okay? Ten of Swords reverse, if that comes out, that will affirm that for me personally, but it could have taken them a while. But revisiting this, the Wheel of Fortune energy, always being in a state of optimism, using that, leaning on that as a crutch to stay afloat. Okay, it wasn't just about maybe if I pretend to be it, I will be it. I will think I'm it. It's really about becoming the part. You know, I feel like it was a level of life and death at this point. It was a level of, I have to do this. I have to become this, because if I don't, this will actually break me. Clarify the Page of Wands reversed. I can't succumb to this. It has to be some kind of way out, and this might have become his way out, and that's why I say like cope. It just seems like cope, a coping mechanism, a survival mechanism. Clarify the Page of Wands reversed. Clarify the Page of Wands reversed. Temperance reversed, Page of Wands reversed. It's probably only so deep this masculine is willing to go, this man is willing to go. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, there could be some like wounds. There could be some unseen wounds, some concealed wounds, some triggers, some sensitivities that have not been addressed. They have not been touched on. They have not been brought to the surface. Clarify the Page of Wands. They could be there in there lying dormant. Okay, something's very much a touchy subject. Clarify the Page of Wands. Okay, you got the Knight of Swords. You got the Knight of Swords. Clarify the Knight of Swords. Clarify the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords and the Five of Swords reversed. Clarify the Five of Swords reversed. What's the Five of Swords reversed? One card at a time, please. One card at a time, please. Clarify the Five of Swords reversed, please. We have the Devil card, okay? This Devil card tried to pop out a few times. Excuse me. I keep having to clear my throat. I don't think somebody wants me to get this message off, but I have to say it regardless, okay? And although I did mention who is your next good man going to be, describe your next good man to me, it's okay when you see cards like this that come up. You know, nobody is perfect. And I'm not saying this person is a demon semen. I'm just saying we are imperfect people. We're ordinary people. Everybody has their flaws. So just take what resonates and leave what does not. But we have the Devil card on top of the Five of Swords reversed. So the Knight of Swords on top of the Five of Swords reversed on top of the Devil, okay? This combination reminds me of somebody that speaks what's on their mind. They say it. Impulsive thinking and impulsive speaking, okay? This reminds me of somebody who could have a speech impediment. Like, I don't know why I wanted to say schizo, but I don't mean schizophrenia. This reminds me of somebody that's, what is the name of the condition? It starts with the T. Tourette's syndrome, okay? Those people have like spasms that they cannot control. They say the first thing they're thinking, they say what comes to the surface. Okay, that reminds me of that. This could be someone that talks a lot. They're very talkative. They like to talk. This could be somebody that when they get upset, they do tend to ramble, word vomit. Okay, they could be a bit of a blunt speaker, or the way they speak seems blunt. Something seems very straightforward and direct about it. This could even classify as, like, some people would even describe him as, okay, you're kind of aggressive in communication. That's kind of hurting my feelings. Like, Five of Swords reversed on top of the Devil card. Clarify the Devil. Okay, like, again, going back to that element where I was saying earlier, very persuasive in language. Okay, you could be one of those people that just have a really good tongue game. Like, and I pause. Pause. Like, you just know how to talk your way into something and talk your way out of something. Okay, this person, I don't want to say master manipulator, but that's what came to my mind as well. Okay, this person, this is a good man, but I'm, like I said, nobody's perfect. This man could have some narcissistic tendencies, or some tendencies you would describe as narcissistic, or you like, it's it's certain things I noticed about you that's a little noted. Okay, we got the Two of Pentacles coming out right on top of the Devil card. Okay, Devil on top of the Two of Pentacles. All right, this person could be someone that likes to gamble. They could be someone that likes to bet. You got the Devil on top of the Two of Pentacles. They could like to bet. Okay, this person could deal with a bit of poor money management. It's not that they're not making the money. It's not that they don't have money. This person could just like to spend money. They could be a frivolous spender. Okay, they could like to bet, gamble, play sports bets, bet on animals. I don't know, with the Devil on top of the Two of Pentacles, I kind of get an element of penny pinching as well. Okay, you could also say pocket watcher. I don't know what that's about, but that's what I'm getting, so I'm going to speak on it. Okay, everybody has their vices. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Okay, also with the Devil card on top of the Two of Pentacles, this could also be somebody that probably makes enough just to get by, or maybe they live paycheck to paycheck. Maybe they're in a position right now where they're living paycheck to paycheck. Because look at the economy. The economy is so fucked up and so bad right now, y'all. Everybody's getting it how they live. So it's just like, that's not even a reflection of your level of productivity or your morality. You know, you got the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay, clarify the Two of Pentacles. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. This could be, your next good man could be somebody that's constantly juggling multiple things. They constantly are juggling like multiple. They have a lot of bills with the Devil on top of the Two of Pentacles. I'm also thinking of somebody juggling a shit ton of bills, putting money into a shit ton of places. Okay, this could be why there's a Two of Pentacles energy here now with the Devil, because they just have so many financial obligations that it makes it hard. Okay, this could be somebody that pays child support. As I look at the card with, you know, Two of Pentacles and the Devil, this man could have animals. He could have he could be an animal person. He could have a dog, a cat that he's taking care of or raising. He could have a child as well, if it's not you guys' child. Okay, he could be paying child support. He could be paying rent, bills, car insurance, car note. It's just so many things that his money is going to. You have the Sun at the bottom of the deck. He could have a son. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. He could have more than one son, two sons. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Okay, strange, odd. This was a random inclination I got. Getting your sons ready for school. Getting your sons ready for school. He could be getting his sons ready for school, getting back in. Because you know it's about that time. It's like August 5th. This is around the time kids are starting to go right back to school. Parents are preparing. They're getting school supplies. They're buying school uniforms. They're figuring out what nurseries and schools their kids are going to. So he could be dealing with all kinds of things like that right now. This man could be someone that is very involved in his children's lives. Okay, he be at school. He be at the parent-teacher conferences. He be at the games. He be everywhere. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. He always seems like he just needs rest or needs a break. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords reverse coming out here. All right, like I mentioned earlier, if I see that Ten of Swords reverse energy, this is energy that he could have been in for a while. Relating this Ten of Swords reverse energy back to what I just said just now about how he just seems like he always needs rest. He could use a nap. He's always tired. Ten of Swords reverse energy on top of the Two of Pentacles and the Devil card. All right, so this man is always in an energy of trying to catch up for some strange reason. He's putting his money and his emotions and thoughts and all of his equilibrium into multiple situations, okay? Your next good man collective could be somebody that just cannot multitask the best, or if he is multitasking, you are noticing that it's draining him. This could be somebody who is lacking boundaries at this time. Maybe that's where the burnout is stemming from. It's not the fact that he's pouring into all these cups. It's just the fact that maybe he's failing to pour into himself, leave room for himself, leave rest and relaxation and restoration for himself. It's like you cannot pour into other people's cup from an empty cup, if that makes sense. You can look out for people and show up for people once you are good. If you're not good, you cannot show up good. So it's just like you could be doing so much, okay? You could have multiple children that all belong to the same woman or same person, or you could have multiple children by multiple people and you take care of all these kids, but you might feel like your next good man might feel like he's just a wallet or something, or he just has to give. Every time I turn around, I'm putting out. And it's not that he has a problem with that. It's just that he might be noticing he's being depleted on a whole different level. Okay, he just feels depleted. That isn't to say, oh, I know I'm a dad. I know I'm doing what a dad is supposed to do. I'm doing my job. I shouldn't be getting a round of applause for doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But damn, I'm making shit shake every chance. I'm noticing that I'm making the shit shake. I just kind of, your next good man could feel like he probably being overlooked, okay? The shit that he's doing on an everyday basis, making shit shake, making sure everybody's keeping a roof over their head, making sure everybody is eating every day, everybody's fine, everybody's safe, everybody's well taken care of. That could be a lot. That could feel like a big responsibility, and that's okay. You can feel overwhelmed. 10 of Wands, if you come out upright or reversed, that will be my affirmation. But if you come out reversed, we'll know for sure. 10 of Swords reversed already confirmed half of it. But if we see that 10 of Wands reversed, or even that 9 of Wands, that'll make me feel affirmed in a strange way. But this man could feel burnt out and tired from just doing so much, doing a lot. Like I mentioned earlier, octopus energy. Like this man is the jack of all trades. He's always doing something. He's always on the move. Okay, his kids could be into extracurriculars, after school, soccer, basketball, volleyball, kickball, the math club, the science club, arts and craft, the book club, the debate team, the swim team. Okay, he could be into all different types of stuff outside of work. You got work, then you got his personal hobbies and interests. So on top of him working, investing in his personal hobbies and interests, he also has his children to look out for. And if not his children, his girl to look out for, which is you or guy. Clarify the 10 of Swords reversed. We have the 2 of Wands making it up to the top of the deck. All right, on top of the 10 of Swords reversed. Clarify the 2 of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so there could be some inhibitions about love and intimacy and romance that your next good man has. Okay, maybe he could feel undeserving. Okay, maybe there could be an element of self-sabotage. Maybe he's just having bad thoughts. Okay, maybe he's inclined to have bad thoughts, or maybe there's something with his mental health to where he has bad thoughts. He can spiral. He can get into a bad place mentally, and it's hard to come out of, which could play a huge part into why this man is so big on kind of like, I won't say feigning positivity, but almost in a way, because he's trying to reshape his reality. He's trying to rework and tweak his thoughts so that his actions and the frequency that he's on can align and create the desired reality that he wants, if that makes sense, okay? So Queen of Swords reversed on top of the 2 of Wands. I'm just kind of getting like, clarify the Queen of Swords reversed, okay? 2 of Wands, Queen of Swords reversed, all right? There could be some sort of mental health condition going on that's either preventing him or contributing to him feeling these ways. You got the 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, all right? Like I mentioned, there could be some childhood wounds or just simply wounds from the past at play here, basically. Clarify the Queen of Swords reverse, which only makes sense. This could be somebody that's on the bigger side, a little bit more brolic built. And if not built, just on the bigger side, a bigger person, a bigger body, more weight on their body, okay? This person could come off flirtatious, confident even. And I'm not saying they're not confident. You got the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Again, going back to that charismatic, smooth talking energy. Good people skills, good conversational skills. They know how to work a room. They know how to be amongst people and talk to people. They know what to say to get what they want. I'm not saying that they're playing people, but code switching is a thing, you know. I think they learn young. You know, in order to get what you want, you have to play your cards right. That isn't to say you're playing people, but you got to play the game. Clarify the Queen of Swords reversed. You got the Five of Pentacles reversed on top of the Queen of Swords reversed. Clarify the Five of Pentacles reversed. We have the Six of Cups making it to the top of the deck. Okay, so Five of Pentacles reversed on top of the Six of Cups. There could have been some kind of poverty in childhood or poverty in the past, a lack thereof in the past. Okay, that he was just coming out of. You got the Chariot, all right? The Chariot, Six of Cups, okay? Clarify the Chariot, all right? There could have been some evolution, some growth in coming from that situation in the past. Clarify, okay, Six of Cups, Chariot. Clarify the Chariot. One card at a time, please. We have the Four of Swords reversed. Like I said, like there's an element of feeling burned out or exhausted or overworked. Something from the past, moving on from the past. Okay, that could have drained this masculine. You got the Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I don't know, I just kind of get an element of feeding into two different situations, two different lifestyles, okay? Maybe this man noticed the difference in the last relationship and this current relationship that he's in. Okay, he's trying to find that balance. You know, the stability for his mental and emotional health, okay? Clarify the Four of Swords reverse. His mental and emotional health could have been at, like, risk in the past. And now that it's not necessarily at risk anymore currently, he's trying to figure out ways to cope without sacrificing or sabotaging this connection. You have the Two of Swords. All right, Four of Swords reverse, Two of Swords, okay? Four of Swords reverse on top of the Two of Swords, okay? Maybe this person, the Star and the Four of Wands tried to come out, okay? Like I was about to say, this person could be trying to figure out ways to not sabotage this connection, okay? He could seem, I wouldn't be surprised if you thought to yourself, something about this dude seemed like two-faced or off or fake. I think you're taking it wrong. That I'm not saying to undermine your feelings or to undermine your intuition, but because I wouldn't blame you for thinking that. Like I kind of feel like I might, if I was in a situation like that, I might think, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Is he cool? One minute he this, one minute he that, but there could be something he's navigating mentally and emotionally that makes it look like he's just coming from two totally different places. But and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that to guilt trip you. That's not your problem. You don't have to deal with anything you don't want to deal with. However, I'm just making it aware, okay? Four of Swords reverse, Two of Swords. Something about his mental state is exhausting him. Clarify the Two of Swords. We have the Five of Cups on top of the Two of Swords. Two of Swords on top of the Five of Cups, okay? The Two of Swords reminds me of confusion, uncertainty, like an unstable mental state. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Two of Swords, Five of Cups. Clarify the Five of Cups. Okay, Five of Cups talks about loss. Clarify the Five of Cups. Okay, so your next good man, collective, they could have some inhibitions about romance and intimacy. They could be afraid of falling in love, like deeply in love, to where it's like you have to be vulnerable and transparent. But I do think that once they get beyond that point, past the point of being this suave, smooth talking, charismatic dude that knows what to say, that has a response for everything. Once you get past that, you run into almost like a little child, a scared little child who doesn't know what to say, who doesn't have the answer for everything, who isn't being this hunky, flirtatious, cutesy man. It's just a scared little boy who needs guidance, who's asking for guidance, too scared to ask for guidance. Hangman reversed on the bottom of the deck. That talks about pride and egotism. Okay, so that might be your challenge when it comes to this man. I'm not saying you have to take that challenge or accept that challenge, but that will be what you are dealing with. Okay, that doesn't negate the goodness of this man, but that's what comes with the territory. Clarify the Five of Cups. Okay, there could be a deep level of sorrow and abandonment and neglect and childhood trauma that is plaguing this man. It hasn't been resolved. Okay, we have the Hangman reverse. Clarify. It could very much, and not diving into it, not seeing about it, not trying to solve it, could be deeply attached and tied to masculinity. You know, wanting to be seen as a man, feeling like you wouldn't get taken serious if people found out you were going to therapy, or if people found out something was wrong with you, they would treat you differently. Like, for instance, in the Black community, or even brown communities, like melanated communities, we don't approach mental health the same way as people in, you know, white communities would. Like, don't get me wrong, men are a whole different ball game on their own. But when you racialize it and you make it about white men, it's different. Like, yeah, you have white men who feel like, oh, I'm a man, I don't need therapy, nothing's wrong with me. But on a cultural and racial scale, typically white men be at therapy, whether it's their wife forcing them to go, whether they realize they're fucked up in the head and they have to go. They just seem more open to it. But men in melanated communities, or just people in general, we, based on the historical context, the history of racism in this country, or just any place, you know, melanated groups of people are stigmatized. It's often believed that we're stronger, we experience pain differently than other people, and we can withstand and endure pain differently than other people. That is not true. The way we've survived was solely and 100% just survival mechanisms. And it's so funny that I'm lecturing about this at the end of this video, because that was a theme in this reading. I promise that was not an intentional correlation. I promise to God it was not. But I think it's so funny that it's coming up again, because we're taught to deal with our pain in different ways through humor. This man could be someone that just loves to laugh. It could make him uncomfortable to talk about transparent, vulnerable things. He could feel uncomfortable about it. But like we said earlier, he's literally trying to understand optimism. You know, the mindset of positive thoughts create a positive reality. So maybe you have put him on to the concept of therapy. Maybe he has seen the light himself and he's thinking, okay, well, this is what I saw online about it. This is what my therapist told to me about it. Maybe if I'm looking at it from a different standpoint, maybe if I'm being more positive, I will create a positive result for myself. Clarify the Hangman reversed. I'm gonna shuffle that again, because I don't know how that came out. We have the Six of Pentacles reversed. The Hangman reversed on top of the Six of Pentacles reversed. This is very much one-sided, okay? This could be a him problem and a him problem only. You, on the other hand, I don't think you have a problem with being transparent, vulnerable, forthcoming, putting it all out on the table. And many factors could play into that. You know, women have more leeway to be honest and to be transparent, to be vulnerable without being looked at a certain type of way. Not saying they don't deal with those type of things, but it's easier. You got the Four Cups reversed at the bottom of the deck. It's just easier. But when the Six of Pentacles comes out reverse, you know something is very one-sided. Because why? The Six of Pentacles upright is the card of mutuality. When the Six of Pentacles comes out, you know something is an even transaction. There was an even give and take. We made a trade-off, an even trade-off. Reversed, we know that somebody's more interested than the other. We know that somebody's more involved than the other. One person likes another more than them. One person is investing more than them. You know what I mean? Clarify the Six of Pentacles reversed. We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles reversed. We have the Hermit reversed, okay? This talks about being in like recluse mode. Okay, clarify the Hermit. Kind of being in hiding, being so concealed that people have to come and find you. This is abandonment or neglect. Like people have to come and see where are you at? Are you good? You cool? Clarify the Hermit reverse. Okay, this is how you got the Death reverse. Okay, this talks about stagnation or something being put on pause. All right, like I said earlier, this could be a man that only wants to get so deep. He's only comfortable with getting so deep. Okay, he could need real help. He could need real therapy, real resources. Okay, that could be his vice. That could be his like con. But once this is something that's worked on and worked through, he will be the best version of himself. Okay, it's totally up to you if you want to thug it out with him. Simply put, it's your choice. It's your decision. It's about consent. Clarify the Death reversed. One more. Come on, one card at a time, please. One more. We have the Queen of Pentacles. All right. So like I mentioned, I'm going to leave it here. But like I mentioned, I think that this is someone that has a lot of trauma and wounds buried deep beneath the surface that they do not talk about. They don't tell people about this. They don't really go into detail about it. Okay. When you dig deep or you peel back the layers, it's only so deep you can go because there's only so much this person is willing to admit or talk about or speak up about. Okay, and there's reasons for that, you know what I mean? So upon discovering this, upon working through this, realizing this, there is something rewarding on the other side of it. Okay, very lucrative, very much something beneficial, very much something that is abundant on the other end of peeling back these layers and looking into it and seeing the why. All right, you guys, so with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. If this resonated or will resonate in the future, please like, comment, subscribe. Talk to your girl because I do talk back. I hope you guys enjoy this. And please don't be afraid to tell me what kind of videos you guys want to see, because it will make it easier for me to put up content that you would actually see, because I know that you would actually watch it. But I have seen the influx in views on these describing your next man videos, and it seems like you guys really like those. So I think I'm going to be incorporating those a lot more and doing those more often. Okay, so I really appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.